Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Tahereh Justice Center's 2026 Journey to Justice. My name is Tara Hogan Charles, and I am so honored to serve as chair of the board of this amazing organization. I hope you're ready to be inspired tonight because we have a very powerful program ahead. Tahereh is the only national organization focused on providing life-saving services to immigrant survivors of gender-based violence, such as domestic abuse, human trafficking, and forced marriage. Tahereh's work combines free trauma-informed legal and social services that help survivors access their rights under the law, walk away from violence, and build a safe and stable lives for themselves and their children. What we learn from providing those services feeds directly into our advocacy as we push for long-term solutions with broad impact. It can be difficult for anyone to leave abuse, but for immigrant survivors, there are unique barriers that are easier to overcome when they receive the legal status that they merit under the law. But over the past year, policies have changed and the climate of fear has worsened, testing our clients and staff in profound ways. More survivors have been forced to make impossible choices as they have turned to Tahereh for help. So I want to thank you. You continue to stand with Tahereh's clients and staff as volunteers, partners, funders, and allies at a time when we need you the most. Tonight, let's acknowledge the reality of the world around us. But let's also take time to celebrate the determination of our staff and the dedication of attorneys who generously donated their time, to celebrate the community partners who work alongside Tahereh to hold the line for our human rights and our democracy, and to celebrate the thousands of Tahereh clients who have said no more to violence and found safety. We have the privilege of hearing from one of our clients tonight. Her courage and perseverance, along with the hard work of her Tahereh advocates, will inspire us all. Because every day, immigrant survivors are navigating fear, uncertainty, and systemic barriers in pursuit of safety for themselves, their children, and their futures. That courage is what brings us all here together tonight. To share what Tahereh is doing in this moment, to meet this moment and the next, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce Tahereh's CEO, Archie Piatti. Archie leads with courage and a strategic vision rooted in Tahereh's values, while steering the work and its dedicated staff through a time when this work is increasingly under attack. She's also one of my favorite human beings on earth, and we are so incredibly blessed to have her as our CEO. So please join me in welcoming Archie to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome, and thank you so much, Tara, for that warm welcome. We're incredibly fortunate to have your leadership and the leadership of our board of directors guiding Tahereh through this moment. Actually, if you're a board member, could you please stand so we can recognize you? Thank you all for so capably steering this ship. And boy, have we been steering through some rough waters. In 2025, Tahereh navigated a convergence of challenges that tested us in profound ways. We lost over $1 million in government funding, faced a congressional inquiry, and were the target of a political smear campaign. We fought through these obstacles that threatened to harm our mission with the help of lawyers who donated their time and private funders who provided emergency grants. At the same time, our clients and communities faced unprecedented challenges. For the thousands of clients we worked with, the stress they felt each day was hard to adequately describe. As threats of arrest, detention, and deportation escalated, calls to Tahereh doubled. We are answering as many calls as we can, providing safety plans, helping people find shelter and support, and identifying legal options. For those who qualify, pathways to legal safety still exist, but they're becoming harder to access, and every case is taking longer. Abusers and traffickers are using these threats to dig their claws in deeper, trapping immigrant survivors of violence between a rock and a hard place. One survivor living in an abusive situation said, "If I call 911, will I be deported facing an outcome I can't predict? Should I just stay and continue to face the violence I know?" What our clients are experiencing isn't happening in isolation. Their fear is shaped not only by individual abusers or traffickers, but by the broader climate of fear around them and the messages they're hearing, the images they're seeing, and the actions unfolding in communities across the country. Events like those we witnessed in Minneapolis earlier this year intensified that fear overnight. Highly visible, aggressive enforcement actions led to masked agents dragging people from cars and homes, arresting community members, and killing civilians. For many immigrant families, moments like these don't occur in the abstract. They ripple outward, amplifying fear and uncertainty overnight. To bring this moment into clearer focus, not from the headlines, but from lived experience, I want you to hear directly from the people answering those calls and standing with survivors every day. Please join me in watching a short video.
At the Tahereh Justice Center, we've answered nearly 40,000 calls for help from immigrant women, girls, and survivors over the last 29 years. People fleeing horrific situations of domestic violence, human trafficking, forced marriage, and sexual violence, both in their home countries and in the United States. They've already begun their journey to find safety, but navigating the United States' incredibly complex immigration system is overwhelming. That's where Tahereh comes in.
Immigrants don't have guaranteed access to legal representation like someone in a criminal court. Tahereh provides free legal services to help fill that gap and support survivors to achieve the immigration status they're entitled to under U.S. law.
Winning legal status is a really important milestone, but it's not enough on its own. That's why Tahereh offers both legal and social services to support our clients as whole people. Abusers often take control by making a person feel powerless. It is our job to remind our clients that they are in control and they know what's best for themselves.
My work with a client on their legal case is going to be so much more successful if that client is not worried about where she's going to sleep that night, how she's going to feed her kids, or if she can go to the doctor with no insurance.
Like when I walked at the doors of Tahereh Justice Center, I just felt so inspired because when I entered, so many bad things was done to me in my life that I didn't know that I was even valuable.
2025 changed so much about our work and the lives of our clients.
Our advocates now accompany all of our clients whenever they have a check-in with immigration enforcement, something we've rarely had to do before. And still, some of our clients have been illegally detained. In 2025, our legal team began filing more habeas corpus petitions in federal court to challenge unlawful detentions, and we're continuing to expand that work in partnership with pro bono law firms into a national program.
With all of the stress, delays, and uncertainty in the immigration system, our clients need social services support now more than ever. We've begun clinics for our clients to help them prepare for the possibility of detention. We help them create personalized safety plans to help protect their kids, pets, and ensure that their loved ones know what to do next.
And all of this work is making a difference for survivors.
In 2025, over 300 clients took a step forward in their legal journey, receiving work permits, green cards, asylum, and more. And we educated more than 500 clients about their constitutional rights through enhanced safety planning, preparing them to advocate for themselves.
When we link arms with survivors on their journey to justice, we move closer to a world where everyone can live in safety and with dignity. Please join us in creating the world we all deserve.
As you just saw, the landscape in which we are working has undeniably changed. Our teams are on the front line of the struggle to protect basic human rights, and we need your help. We have to keep fighting for mothers, children, and all survivors because our advocacy is working. Our teams are filing successful asylum claims and T-visa applications. We are filing petitions for writ of habeas corpus to secure the release of wrongfully detained clients. And we're holding the line for thousands more through litigation and advocacy, staying true to our values, including nonpartisanship and consultation. So if there's one thing I hope you will take away from this evening, it is that there is hope. Hope because of people like the staff in that video. And if you're a Tahereh staff member here in the room right now, can you please raise your hand? You are the hope. You give me hope. Our staff carry this work out not because it's easy, but because they believe, just like you, that safety and dignity belong to all of us. I invite you to be a part of that hope by supporting Tahereh in some way tonight. Make a commitment to volunteer or make a donation. Your support tonight means more calls answered, more courtrooms entered alongside survivors, and more people choosing safety over silence. Because every time a survivor chooses safety, every time an advocate shows up, our community grows stronger. Together, we're proving that even in the hardest moments, justice is something we build, person by person, case by case. So let's walk this journey to justice together. Now, before we begin our awards, I just want to take a moment to thank all the generous sponsors whose partnership made tonight possible. Their support ensures that Tahereh can serve even more immigrant survivors of violence, especially at a time when holding the line for our clients and communities has never been more critical. Now, I'd like to introduce my colleague, Payal Sinha, so we can shine a special light on some of the people and organizations who have done so much to help us over the past year. Payal?
Thank you so much, Archie. As I reflect on my first year as a Director of Strategic Partnership and Community Engagement, I continually moved by the vital role our pro bono partners play in advancing our mission. I have seen attorneys step into our most urgent and complex cases, turning legal expertise into safety and stability and renewed possibility for survivors. As one volunteer put it, this work reminds me why I became a lawyer, to stand with people when it matters the most. Pro bono partnerships with major law firms are at heart of our ability to meet the growing demand and ensure that survivors receive high-quality, trauma-informed legal representation. Last year, more than 1,200 pro bono attorneys co-counseled on immigration cases, contributing an estimated $26 million in donated legal services. In real time, that means over 1,000 survivors received immigration assistance during some of the most vulnerable moments of their lives. These partnerships expanded our capacity, shortened wait time for assistance, and strengthened the holistic client-centered support survivors deserve. Together, Tahereh and its pro bono partner demonstrate what's possible when the private bar and the nonprofit sector work hand in hand to close the justice gap and ensure that survivors are not navigating the legal system alone. I'm deeply grateful to the partners who show up with skill, humility, and persistence, and I look forward to continuing to grow our collective impact together. Tonight, the honorees remind us that this work happens because people choose to stand with survivors. To start the evening off, I'm thrilled to honor Latham & Watkins as the 2026 Journey to Justice Law Firm of the Year. Latham has been an extraordinary partner to Tahereh, showing up in urgent moments, helping navigate complex strategy, and even hand-delivering documents when the clients were detained. Their responsiveness and reliability have made a real difference for our team, and most importantly, for our clients. Thank you, Latham & Watkins, for going above and beyond. Next, I'm excited to honor Fenwick and West as Pro Bono Team of the Year. Fenwick consistently goes beyond what is asked, and what truly sets them apart is how they intentionally work around partnership, bringing Tahare in from start to build collaboration and not just participation. Erica is just a call away. Faye sets the standards for thoughtful, client-centered clinics, and Hillary inspires others with clarity and conviction. Their shared sense of purpose makes them trusted partners in this work. Please join me in thanking Fenwick and West. In 2025, Fen clinics became essential to reaching survivors quickly and at scale. Perkins Coie stood out as deeply reliable partners. Their commitment made it possible for us to meet the urgent needs with timely, meaningful support. Their attorneys brought calm and clarity to clinic settings, reinforcing what this partnership represents, that we are truly in this work together. So thank you, Perkins Coie. And finally, we are honored to recognize the Constitutional Accountability Center as our Community Partner of the Year. We are especially grateful to Elizabeth, Brian, Brianne, and Miriam for their leadership in impact litigation, challenging a harmful asylum rule that would have gutted protections for survivors of gender-based violence. Because of this work, that rule is currently paused, an outcome with national significance. Thank you, Constitutional Accountability Center, for your presence, passion, and partnership. We couldn't do our work without these partnerships. Thank you to all of the attorneys at Latham & Watkins, Fenwick & West, Perkins Coie, and the Constitutional Accountability Center for lighting the way for so many survivors on their journey to justice this year. We see you and appreciate you. It's through partnership like these that safety becomes possible. Could all the honorees please stand?
As Tahare approaches our 30th anniversary next year, we are reflecting on the values that have guided this work from the very, very beginning. The oneness of humanity, the belief in gender equality, and the inherent dignity of every person, the pursuit of justice, and the responsibility we all share to build a more peaceful world. We are especially honored tonight to have Tahare's founder, Layli Miller Muro, here tonight with us. Layli's vision, leadership, and lifelong commitment to these values have made it possible for Tahare to serve over 40,000 people over the almost 30 years. She started in high school. Layli, will you please stand on your amazing family? Can y'all please recognize Layli? Please stand. Yeah, please stand. Please stand. Together, we are building a movement of people who believe that safety and dignity should never depend on where you were born or the color of your skin. Every survivor, like Judy, that we walk with on their journey joins our movement. And tonight, you are a part of that movement too. So don't stand still, push back. Join us to fight. Join us as we fight to protect life-saving legal status for survivors, as we have done for the last 29 years. And stay with us. Later this year, we'll be announcing our plans to celebrate and honor 30 years of working together. Join us to ensure that when someone reaches out for help, there's someone on the other end to pick up the phone. That is why I'm asking you to act tonight. Because if you believe that all survivors deserve safety, if you believe that no one should have to face violence alone, if you believe in a future where dignity and justice are real and accessible for all, then we need you with us. Make a gift tonight and be part of what comes next. The QR codes around the room make it easy, and your voice matters. So we invite you to encourage others to give as well. Tweet, text, post, like, do all those things. Because of all of us will be remembered for how we showed up in this moment. And survivors across the country are depending on what we do next. As we close out tonight, let's share one final round for Tahereh's clients, for our extraordinary pro bono partners and community leaders, the tireless staff who bring this mission to life every day, and my fellow board members who are here tonight. So I want to leave you with this. When we come together, we don't just support survivors. We help make safety possible. We make dignity real. We make justice tangible. Because when a survivor finds safety, all of us are safer. Our communities are stronger, more just, and more whole. Thank you for being a part of this work and helping us build a world where everyone can live in safety and with dignity. Good night. Please join us for the reception. Please mingle and don't forget the QR code.